Creel walked into the council to hear the latest of a new race, which had been discovered in a little populated arm of the galaxy. The race had FTL, so an exhibition team was sent to initiate contact. Now they had returned and everyone was anxious to hear about this new race and their world. The president of the council stepped up to the podium and then announced the head of the exhibition team, an Axeral named Rox. "Thank you," he said. "I'm here to present our finding of the new race, who call themselves humans." He paused, taking a moment for the image to appear, showing a bipedal species on the screen. As you can see, they are a normal bipedal species typical of higher evolved life forms. 2 limbs they use to walk on called legs, the other 2 called arms. 1 head, 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose and mouth, breath, oxygen, and many have fur on the top of their head, which they call hair. They are a 2-sex reproduction species which they called male and female, Rox said. Creel studied the image, and while the human was typical of a bipedal species, the closeness of the eyes bothered him. "Humans are interesting," Rox said, pausing here as if to gather his thoughts before continuing. "They have developed wonderful music throughout their history. Here is a sample of 2 such songs." A song burst forth from the speakers. A human would have recognized the classical music of Bach. To Creel, he could feel the musical notes wash over him, as if he was listening to wonderful songs of his own people, before it stopped and changed to something which almost caused him panic. To a human, it would have been from a group called the Beatles. The sound ended and Creel looked at the others who were also wondering what they just heard. A few species, like the Avarice, seemed to have enjoyed it. Creel shook his head, thinking that was typical for a deaf worlder to enjoy such a harsh sound. As you can see, their music is diverse, as is their art and cultures. Each area of their planet has a slightly different culture, beliefs, and customs, Rox stated to the group. Creel inwardly agreed with this statement, something all species had when separated over distances. It became more unified after FTL travel and meeting other species. "The humans value family, their children especially," Rox said. "As a species they help their children for cycles before they are mature enough to leave. They are also highly diplomatic, enjoy talking and telling stories about anything and everything. Their entertainment is beyond anything we have, and I have no doubt their technology in this field will be a boon to the Galactic Union and usher in a new era of entertainment for us all." He paused, taking a sip of his drink before continuing. "Humans value peace." Creel felt relieved at hearing that. The last couple of new races were very warlike in their nature and had to be watched closely upon entering the Galactic Union. Already multiple small wars had broken out among them and their neighbors. They've had good relations with their neighbors now for 50 cycles and a strong trade with them, Rox said. The humans have even taken the lead in their arm of the galaxy to settle disputes among smaller worlds. If the arm wasn't so sparsely populated we would have discovered them cycles ago. As it is, we learned they have had FTL now for 60 cycles. Creel could imagine how much a new race like this would help the GU. They sounded like a perfect candidate. Established in their part of the universe, leaders, new technologies and societies, all would be a boon to the Union. While on board one of their space stations, we encountered an enigma of a creature, which we learned applies to all animals on their homeworld. On the screen appeared a small, furry 4-limbed creature sitting on a human's lap. The human appeared to be petting it. This is one of the favorite pets of the humans, they call it a cat. Its fur is soft, and when happy emits something the humans call a purr. Upon this creature entering the room it hopped up onto the human's lap and settled down. We found this purr to be comforting, and we were allowed to pet it. If we had known what this creature was we would have approached it with as much caution as one approaches the Belirio of Avarice. On any other world this furry animal would be an apex predator. The entire room gasped at what was said. These cats are highly adept predators with retractable claws on their paws and fangs which they use to great effect while hunting. The humans used this hunting trait of the cat to play with it. With that a small video appeared of a human with some sort of stick and a bright colored decoration at the end. The cat pounced upon it, biting and scratching, while the human seemed amused by it all. Even after all that the human casually reaches down and pets the cat. Creel was a bit disturbed by this as Rox continued on. We learned on the human homeworld there are larger versions of this cat which humans call lions and tigers. They hunt even larger prey. But this is only the beginning. They have small creatures, called ants, who forage, seem peaceful, yet will wage war on other ants or any animal which disturbs their nest. Another creature called a bee. It is a hard worker, produces something called honey. It will be a delicacy among the galaxy, yet they will swarm anyone who disturbs their hive. They attack with stingers and something called venom, which is deadly to many creatures on their homeworld. Creel wondered about this world. It sounded extremely dangerous. It's not only the animals which are dangerous on this world. Many plants can be poisonous to other animals or humans. Some plants are even carnivorous. This doesn't even mention the fact that there are highly dangerous storms which constantly ravage the planet's surface, unleashing torrents of rain which causes flooding all over the planet. And we didn't witness the real threats in storms, which humans called hurricanes and tornadoes. In fact, many humans seem to enjoy the rain, which they don't find to be a threat. I even heard some even enjoy the sound of a thunderstorm to fall asleep to. At this, another sample video started showing a massive downpour of rain, along with flashes of lightning and thunder. This would have put fear in any other race, and humans used this sound to fall asleep too. Really continued. The plate tectonics of the planet are highly unstable, creating massive earthquakes and volcanoes. Earthquakes are constantly going on, most humans don't even feel. It's quite unsettling for anyone wishing to go there. And volcanoes, the human ambassador said at any given time there are many of volcanoes erupting on their planet. At the time we visited they said it was about 33. What would you rate this planet? The president asked in a shaky voice. A Death World 7, the reply came back. Creel looked on in shock, even other Death Worlders were in shock. The current theory indicated no civilization could survive in anything above a Death World 4. You must be mistaken. One ambassador asked, from one of the Death World empires. No, we evaluated it quite closely. The humans are adept to change in their planet. They are one of the best builders in the galaxy, and here he stopped to look at the assembled ambassadors, making Creel uneasy with a long pause. Due to this, humans are quick to adapt to any situation, including war. A murmur broke out among the group before the president managed to get things back under control. What do you mean, war? Did you not say they value peace? Creel asked. Humans value peace tremendously. But a warning to all. Humanity appears fractured and disorganized. Do not mistake that for weakness, Raul said to them all. We learned 20 cycles ago humanity also encountered the Jarlacs. Creel recalled the Jarlacs, a very warlike race which had waged war on the galaxy for over 50 cycles, before suddenly disappearing 20 cycles ago. He paused at the thought. What was Raul implying with that timing? Yes, many of you are aware of the timing. It was the Jarlacs' encounter with the humans which caused them to disappear. The Jarlacs did as they normally do, attack without warning. To humanity, it was a declaration of war. Within a cycle they had bombed the Jarlacs' homeworld into submission. 1 cycle. Another ambassador said, surprise in his voice. Yes, they were quite specific about the timing. It seems the Jarlacs attacked a civilian colony of humanity, Raul said. I urge you all to tell your governments never to do this. Humanity reacts with ferocity that will make the Jarlacs seem tame. And we're voting to allow them in. Another ambassador asked, his voice now filled with fear. The humans, well, Raul paused here to collect his thoughts. They don't wish to be part of us. A collective uproar at that thought. Were they going to war then? How could they fight a race that beat the Jarlac so easily? Then what do they want? The president finally asked, having regained her voice. An alliance. The author's name and the link to original text in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And please join our channel.